Good morning, you guys. I want to get on here and give you guys as a title say, a morning rant. Basically, I'm to the point where I was able to look at a couple of videos, namely my jazzy life. My jazzy life to the point where she actually, I don't know if she's doing it for content or what, but it seems very scripted. Basically, what she's doing and saying is her and Chris are basically complaining about the fact that he actually lost his truck. According to Chris, he actually left his keys in the truck, and his truck is gone. He's basically going back and forth with the live, because in his mind, he feel like they're making fun of him and asking a lot of questions. So, first thing wrong with that live that made me really say get him the side eye was the fact that Jasmine was co-signing with him. Now you don't know for sure if what he's saying is true yourself because you weren't there. Now it seems kind of sketchy because who just leaves keys in a car and then next thing you know they come outside and they mad at everybody else like they did it. It's giving that maybe Chris and her are still paying car note on that truck and they missed the payment. It's my opinion. Now this I just say allegedly. Because at the end of the day, I'm not counting Jasmine's pockets, but I don't think there's no way she paid cash for her car and his car as well, because you got to remember they were doing a whole lot of spending, doing the most. So I'm thinking maybe she paid cash for her car and probably making payments on Chris' truck. Because at the end of the day, we all know Chris don't work. She could say much she want to say that he don't work, that he works, but we know he doesn't. Uh, Chris does exactly what he normally do. He bashes the audience and talks crazy, and basically plays victim. My thing is, why would you leave your keys in the truck anyway? It's also screaming that you were somewhere you didn't have no business being. Now that's just my opinion too, because nothing about Chris says that he goes to a park. Most time people go to the park, they either walking, they're playing a sport or something like that. And one like he had the kids with him or anything like that. So it's giving he pretty much was over there doing something he had no business. Probably got in a hurry and made it easy for whoever, maybe the repo man or whatever. But even if he wants us to believe that somebody stole the truck, I mean, come on, Chris, how? I mean, you know yourself at the end of the day that math ain't mathing. But like I told somebody else, more than likely the truck will show back up around the 21st. So don't worry, ain't got long. After this week, maybe see it next week sometime. So don't fret about Chris and his F-150. At the end of the day, we already know what time it is. Chris can say what he want to say. He been well trained by Jasmine. I personally think it was clickbait in our face, and people fell for it. And mainly, I think it was for clicks and views, because if the second argument that stuff was true, first person you be trying to contact is the law enforcement, and then after that probably your insurance company. But going on live, no, no, no. If you just had to get you a little clout, it would be after you handle those things, or more importantly, why you're doing that thing. But Jasmine seemed like she was, basically auditioning for a role. Jasmine do what she do over there. She gonna support her man. She gonna stick beside him. My thing is when it's time for the child to get things that he needs, she feel like the subscribers have to do it, because she basically dry beg for the helmet for Legendary. But if people were to the point they send money, that's on them. But you be crazy to send her money for that, because Jasmine get Medicaid. Medicaid does cover that. Now a lot of people say maybe it's depending on what state you in. It's not. It doesn't go by state. It's a matter of what Medicaid covers. Every state is pretty much should be the same. I mean, it shouldn't be too much difference. But one of those things like that, as far as a helmet, if it's deemed necessary, and most importantly, she gets referred from her doctor, it's gonna be paid in full. So Miss Jasmine needs to keep doing what she doing, do her little content, and do the most over there. But I saw where somebody basically brought to attention that she didn't even keep the thing on for 24 hours. I think it's gonna be a hard thing for Jasmine to keep it on the kid's head, because at the end of the day, he is a kid. He don't want to walk around with that thing on his head, but he got to do it. So I don't know if she falling weak and taking it off or what she doing, but Jasmine got she backwards and two left shoes anyway. So I ain't surprised and I'm not shocked. But it's sad that he got to a point that he even needed this particular thing on his head. And it was the audacity for me how she was basically trying to correct people, telling people it wasn't a helmet. Well, I'm like, what is it then, sweetie? It look like a helmet to me. But I understand you mad and you frustrated, but you gotta be mad and frustrated at yourself because you should not letting it get to this point. I know if you was paying attention to that child, even if you was taking baths with him and this and that, you should notice that his little head was deformed. I mean, I know you got eyes. I mean, you're obvious that you don't have no mothering skills enough to get at least put the baby on his tummy, or do a combination of both and that shape his head. I mean, it's not hard. It's not like it's your first child. I mean, with my first child, I even started shaping his head. I didn't know even know I was shaping it. But Jasmine's typical parent. She don't want to do nothing but blame everybody else and play victim. Now, when Jasmine finally grow up, maybe she'll learn a word called accountability. 'Cause at the end of the day, there's nobody fault with your own that baby's head is shaped like that, and it's very intense how flat his head is. He's borderline looking like one of the cone heads on the movie. So I'm not understanding math ain't mathing. But I kind of understand if you're in Jasmine world, you understand. This same mom that don't think enough of her twins to potty train them. She blamed on the fact they did say that. Even if for the sake of they are what you're saying they are, you might want to go and get off your behind and take them and get them evaluated because they can get therapy. I don't know what happened to the therapy session. We ain't seen that in almost a year. So I don't know. She ran the therapist out with that camera all over there in the face. I don't know. But I know the kids are not going no therapy, and it ain't because she ain't posting it. It's because we already know typical Jasmine. She'll do something for a minute. Next thing you know, she get tired and overwhelmed. Let her tell it. But she don't get too tired or overwhelmed to get on here and lie about Chris, and most important, run behind Chris. We can see that Chris basically was bothered mainly because he can't go out there and dick dash unless he got that truck. So it's really stupid of her anyway. In the first place to buy that man a truck. I mean, why would you reward somebody that don't work? And reward somebody that don't do anything for you. You could took that money and did more for your kids, or be smart and put that in the bank for a rainy day. But in Jeremiah eyes, she thinks she's supposed to reward him. He do so much for her. Yeah, he do everything for you that you don't need, and that is make your life hell. Don't help you with the kids, and just random crazy stuff. I could see at least if you had a relationship where he was having sex with you, but any fool could see that y'all ain't really having sex. I mean, it's giving roommate vibes. But as far as that baby's concerned, I just hope and pray that everything go okay. That that device helps his little head. But Jasmine is just a lost cause. She lazy. She ain't got a mother and bone in her body. I be trying to give her a chance. I promise I do. But every time I turn around, Jasmine still do the same thing. And she love to throw that camera in them kids' face. She be exploiting those kids for $1, and it's sad and hard to watch. 'Cause at the end of the day, I mean, when does it end? I mean, you sit up here, you make video after video after video, then you be trying to do these cook with means, basically trying to let us see what you cook for the kid when we know that ain't what you cook for those kids. Because every time the children come on camera, they are visibly hungry. Not only visibly, but they actually say that they are actually hungry. And most time it's always a response of you already ate. Okay, if they did give them a snack, my child does that too. He just came from the table. He'll tell me he hungry, maybe like an hour later, and I'll do one or two things. I'll make him whatever he ate, a little small portion of it, or I'll give him a snack. I mean, because kids are growing, they burn a lot of energy. So I'm not understanding. And what really blows me is how she actually get here and do these little meal preps or whatever she be doing, trying to get a view. But we know the reality of what she cooked for the kid. We seen her in action. Most things she cooked are processed food. Breakfast, lunch, dinner process. She was get her chicken church so many chicken nuggets. I thought they was gonna look like a chicken nugget. I'm like, when do you cook real meals for your kids? Mashed potatoes, green beans, corn, something like that. I don't never see none of that. And the sad part about it is she was really too sorry to make those children pancakes. She would always make them little waffles. Then get the little, you could tell the pancakes that, I'm sorry, the sausage that come in the bag. You just heat them up. I mean, anything that's quick, and it's a lot. And I'll just sit there and watch too how she picks plates and all the kids' plates be the same size. I'm saying to myself, how you figure what is enough for the small kids gonna fill up your bigger daughters? I already know it's not. And it's kind of hard to watch too, cause he can't even go live on his channel without people coming for Jasmine. He trying to defend her. I'm saying to myself, he can doing his job, he trying to dodge them little bullies over there, but he already got to know these people gonna make him come with it. They waiting on him to spill the tea and basically get on the raw reaction of how he really feel, because Phil is basically gaslighting, if you ask me. I mean, he can't tell me that he like Chris, because if he did, something wrong with him. First of all, he this man took up your household while you was in jail. And on top of that, I mean, you might feel like you ain't got no feelings for Jam, but he got some type of feelings for Jam. I'm not knowing how strong they are, but jury's out on that because you can tell how he fight for her, he ride or die for her on his channel. And I'm saying to myself, you have no loyalty to her and your channel. That's your channel. But it is what it is. I pop in and out every now and then because most time his lives be real boring. He just be redundant. He talking about random stuff. He don't really be talking about that really be make no sense. But I wish he would go live sometime when he get the kids, but he don't do that. So we'll figure out what he gonna do. Cause I know after a while he keep posting, he'll mess around and he gonna get monetized. But they telling me allegedly that Ozia, which is baby mom as well, is actually one of his mods. So I'm like, okay, that's a coincidence. But she mod for everybody, so it was kind of shocking still that she would mod for his baby daddy, cause she talked major trash about him when he was incarcerated. So I don't know what's going on. She trying to rekindle some herself. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But for now, we know Javin and Chris, doing what they doing, and I guess Philip ain't gonna argue with him, and he just, keep it pushing. But as far as the children are concerned, somebody step up and be concerned about the kids. Now, Mama do claim that she finna start back posting on her channel. But I'm like, when is you gonna start posting up over there and try to figure out why she not treating the grandbaby right? But I don't know what goes on between them two because they both are giving me weird vibes, and most fun Jasmine be giving me I don't know. It's a mess. Hopefully she'll get together one day, cause in the day she pushing, she's knocking on 40, so it's no excuse, especially when you got multiples and you got several kids. I mean you should be a pro at this point. But Jasmine, her main problem is she lazy, and then she also that she does not want to receive constructive criticism. So that's pretty much why she always bump heads with everybody. But I think she's to the point now where she's gonna try to sabotage it. That's what I think, but it might not be right now. Eventually, it is because she kind of feel like he basically getting a fan base. They thinking, no, he gonna be saying this, saying that. Because I already know she had a conversation with him. She can't tell me she hadn't. She done had a conversation with him what to say and what not to say on that channel because she controlled it like that. But Olivia, is to the point where she another one that's controlling, but she came for the right one. She came for Strong Mom Chrissy. Strong Mom Chrissy ready to fulfill. She basically told her, don't worry about what she got going on. Her ring was real and she got the paperwork to prove it. And most importantly, she ended with the statement that really blew me away where she was like, play with your kids, don't play with me. I was like, period. But see, Miss Olivia is the point she want to pick at people because she going through some problems, but she needs to be trying to get her mental right and her physical right in order to receive her children if they're giving back. But I personally don't think that Olivia gonna get those kids back. And I really don't. I could be wrong, but I don't. I don't think she's gonna get it. I think reality is setting in with her, and that's why a lot of times she do these little crazy little lies. I think last live somebody screenshotted how she was acting, and it seems though someone that was on drugs. Now I could be wrong, but I doubt that I'm wrong. But she could barely hold her eyes up, and she basically propping her whole body up against the wall. And when she was still trying to prop her body up, she still was struggling trying to keep it up. Keep her eyes open, keep her head open. It's just a lot. I was like, Olivia be doing the most, but she promised and she was about to comfort anybody even remotely kept saying they even thought that she was on drugs. And that was a while back when she had the kids. Cause that was when the scandal broke about her and Mr. Zolo bands. So it is what it is. I personally think that Olivia do a little cocaine every now and then. You know what I'm saying? She ain't fooling nobody but herself, but she more like a functioning cocaine head. But the kids, they seem like they well kept now that they are with Gerard, so that's the best thing for the kids right now. But she gonna try to push the issue because she don't really want him around the children. And most importantly, she big mad because he finally is able to move on his life and be something she's never gonna be, and that's happy. So she played this fake narrative that she got a man, which we know she don't. I mean, ain't no way you at a man house that time of morning and then you come across there like nothing happened. But that's typical thing that we get from Miss Jasmine. She can do the most. Olivia definitely be doing the most. But the fact that she came for strong mama Chrissy, Miss Strong Mom Crystal ready for Phil, baby. I got my life. I was like, you have no business picking with this woman. You already got on here and lied and told people that she had HIV. And that's not for you to even disclose, even if you even remotely thought that or it was the truth. But Olivia comes across as a real mean girl, and all that bad juju she put out is basically coming back to her. So she getting pretty scared. She thinking that she gonna lose them kids permanently, and she already know what time it is. Once she lose them permanently, he gonna raise them, and most importantly, he gonna be trying to move forward for trying to marry Anisha, and that's gonna what make Anisha the kid's stepmom. So I don't know what Olivia got going on, but she need her and make an execution. Excuse me, make a move on something. But we're gonna see with the infamous truck whether they come back next week. We're gonna see. I pretty much think it will. But they have to put on for the camera. She be needing a couple views over there. Gotta do what she gotta do. But I had to get on here and give y'all a little raw reaction, let y'all know how I was feeling about the three moms. Now I only did two, I didn't do the last mom. But those two are a hot mess, so I had to get them out the way. Now I also seen that now we put Ming in the three mommies sometime, but Ming is to the point she actually is about to be preggo. So we're gonna let Miss Ming rest until she give birth. But the fourth person we're gonna speak about is, hold on one second, you guys. Okay, I'm back. We're gonna talk about what I found at the flea market. Also, this prices that I'm negotiating about. We have a man that's actually selling plums, but the price that he's charging is pretty high. That's like $7 and something per bag. It's like one of those Ziploc type bags, but it's not the big size, more like the step up from the real small ones, that size. So I don't know. I'm debating whether or not I should eat it. And I'm thinking more or less that I ain't gonna eat it. Now the door is to the point it's locked. I'm telling her that somebody out here looking. But we do what we gotta do. We'll move on. We'll keep pushing. But I try to go ahead and get my 2 cents about the situation. Also, they were saying that Miss Mabel was actually deceased. Now, this is when I said Mabel, this is a person that belongs to me. I do know that she has been sick, and I did not know that. But we're hoping that she pulled through and everything goes good and goes well. But in the meantime, I gotta find where her. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna figure out what Mr. Phillip does. We'll sit back patiently. We're gonna watch. See whether the real feel gonna come out, or if he's more mellow or what. I don't know. She said she give him melatonin. I used to give my child melatonin every now and then, but it's to the point where his body get immune to it. He want it every Saturday, and it's not possible. Yep, that's a basic rundown of the first 2 months. We won't get to the last 2 months. Now we did Andrea and we did the other person. So I think we're gonna have to do. But yeah, I also want to let you guys know that I do appreciate you guys that support the channel. And those who are new here, I hope you guys like the content. And most importantly, you'll leave me a comment. And please subscribe. Please, please, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys. We're trying to grow. We basically are trying to grow by at least 600 by the middle of next month. That's my goal. I'm hoping that I surpass it because I'm ready to be monetized. And I hope you guys will be along for the ride. And most importantly, you'll support me during this ride and let me know you were here by leaving a comment. Goodbye. Have a blessed, and I mean a blessed Monday morning. Because I know Monday mornings are hard for most people, but it is what it is. You got to realize you don't have that much, you got more time left than you got time, but you have to jump up and go. So we'll see what these two mommies, where they go, whether or not they learn accountability and, go from there. That's a lot. And most important, they be doing too much. They got all kinds of type of personalities. But that's neither here nor there. Like I told you guys, I love you guys, the OGs. I love you. I love the new ones. And also I love the ones who actually are becoming subscribers as we speak. And you already know I will come back with another one. Thank you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.